Welcome back, guys. I'm Mike.
And I'm Stephanie.
And we're Van Life Sheldon's Travels. Sheldon, he's our yellow belly slider turtle. He's actually sleeping somewhere in the pillows right there, guys. But tonight, it's Thanksgiving. Oh, goodness. We got the video playing on the phone here with the ad going. It's Thanksgiving, and we just wanted to come on live just for a little bit and say Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there.
Happy Thanksgiving. We are so thankful for all of you, and thank you for each and every one of you, and thank you guys for getting us up to 10,000 subscribers. We're extremely happy about that. We couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you so much. As you can tell, we kind of are spoiling ourselves lately. Yep. We did get a hotel room for Thanksgiving, and this morning we had, we got 2 nights. We had last night and tonight. So this morning we were able to get up and have some of their hotel breakfast here. Yep. And then we kind of relaxed in the pool during checkout time. That was really nice. We had the pool all to ourselves. As you've seen in the thumbnail, some of you might have were waiting on here and you've seen the thumbnail, and it's a really nice pool, so we'll definitely take you down there, and if we get lucky, nobody will be down there, and you guys can hear us talk and see it, so that'll be cool.
When we came back in, nobody was at the pool, but...
Right, but it is Thanksgiving, so there are a lot of families here, so we kind of have been getting lucky to go in between, so it was really nice. So to actually just sit here and relax all day, and then for dinner, we did have a Thanksgiving dinner. We went to Bob Evans.
And if you don't know, Steph, when I met Stephanie, she actually was working at Bob Evans along with going to college and doing a nightly paper driving route. Yeah. So she was the bakery girl, and then eventually was a waitress, and that's what she did all through college, basically.
Yeah, so. I really enjoyed my job at Bob Evans, and Steven, he's on here. He's followed our entire channel from when we started it. I actually met Steven serving on him at Bob Evans, so I've met a lot of friends, lifelong friends from Bob Evans.
Absolutely.
And it was actually such a great company to work for. I know a lot of companies these days kind of like don't treat their employees well, but I found it to be a really fun company to work for. So it was fun to bring back all those old memories, and we
even had like a big shopping area in the front where Steph was at an older Bob Evans, and then at a brand spanking new Bob Evans when they opened it. But this one was kind of more like a Cracker Barrel, wasn't it?
Yeah, this one was extremely like a Cracker Barrel. Yeah. Like we walked into a store, and like Bob Evans, like I'm used to them kind of having like a couple of shelves and some things for sale. This one had like a full-on flush store.
Right.
And so that's pretty cool. And I haven't been to the Bob Evans in Ohio, but the original Bob Evans actually has an outdoor patio where you could eat at, which I always thought, then why don't we have that in Florida? Because you can eat outside all year round in Florida.
That would make a lot of sense. But
that would make a lot of sense.
But we had a huge plate, and we did film a video, guys, and I think that's kind of part of what we're going to talk about here in a little bit, but is where the videos are going. But we did film our dinner and our Thanksgiving and us being here at the hotel. So just a little recap will kind of get everyone started. I'll let Steph check out some of the comments. I kind of read over them, and we'll say our hellos. But just to kind of get everybody caught up, it's given us 50 people on here. Thank you, guys. That's another thing I want to say is thank you we're at like 10,200 and some odd subscribers, and we're gaining a bunch every day.
Yeah,
so
awesome.
I know a lot of you are new subscribers, and I just wanted to say thank you for joining the travel journey, along with, I know a bunch of you guys have been with us since the beginning of being on the channel, and when we were in college, and even making our way all around the country for the last like 4 years.
And
but
we do want to make a mention that these live streams aren't going to be
they're
like
not
the
permanent.
normal.
No, they're not going to be the norm.
We're definitely trying to get back into our regular filming schedule, regular posting schedule.
Absolutely. We kind of missing it now, so
Yeah.
but we've been really busy since the last time we talked to you guys. The next day we checked out in Port Austin, Michigan after having doing two beet harvests, one in Minnesota, North Dakota, and then one for Michigan sugar there in Bad Axe, Michigan. So that was a great experience, and we have some video footage of that I'll be putting out. And I would definitely like to thank everyone that works there, that let me film and let me do and everything. That means a lot. And I hope that it's positive in all aspects, because we did have a positive experience at both harvests. We made a little bit of money, made some great friends and great contacts, and we plan on going back next year and doing at least one harvest, if not two, if we can get two in. So, but we left you there. They put us up in a room. We spent a couple nights there to kind of get extra. They charged us $50 a night, so we stayed like 2 nights, spent $100, and then we got on the road and we drove down to just outside of south of Gary, Indiana, where one of Stephanie's long friends, basically since she was a little kid.
Yeah.
We went to his house, Mike, and thanks Mike and Kate for having us at the house. We pulled the van right in the garage because he has a high garage door, which not everybody has, where we can fit in.
Yeah, his garage was actually very interesting. Like, he's in the city, right? So think of you're in a housing community, and he has his house, right? You got your street view, and it looks like a regular garage door. And he's a mechanic, so he's thinking that'll never work. But when you actually go to the back alley, they have another garage door, and that's actually like, I don't know how big that would be, but definitely like 12 foot tall, because we had no problem pulling our van. I think it was 12 foot tall, because I don't think you could get like an RV, so to say, in there. It wasn't like massively big.
But it was big enough that I could get the van in.
We could get our camper van in, and we had no problems with our boxes and stuff. So that was nice. So he was and it was actually funny because we stopped. Here's a little tip. If you're getting your engine checked out, definitely stop at a car wash and wash off your engine. A lot of people think, oh, you never want to get water in your engine, but as long as you're kind of just spraying it off and you're not like dousing your engine, you should be all right.
Be all right.
And so we rinsed off the engine so Mike could look at it real well and make sure there was nothing wrong with it. And he said all of our belts and everything are fine, so if nothing's wrong with it, he doesn't suggest to touch anything. So we were like, awesome, sweet, that's what we want to hear. But then we took off the skid plate, and like all this dirt came off, and we were like, see, that's what the engine looked like
before when we left Minnesota. All the mud, and from Michigan, all the mud and the beet fields. Just caked everything on the bottom.
So as a mechanic, he was like, well, thank you, I appreciate you washing it off, because he said if it was caked like dirt, like the skid plate went, it is hard to tell it if all the belts are sounding good, because I guess the dirt and stuff, and then it's hard to see everything because all the dirt. So definitely, if you want to take your car for a checkup, you might want to just spray off your engine. Well, if you're going through back roads, I mean, if you're living in the city and doing the urban life, I don't think you have a problem. So
after he checked everything out, I still wanted to do a full synthetic oil change and replace the air filter and the cabin filter. So but to do that, I have to take the skid plate off. So while Mike helped me, it was super easy. We jacked it up, and I took the bolts off, and dropped the skid plate, stuck it off to the side, but like Steph said, it was covered in mud and the whole bottom of the motor was covered in mud.
It was pretty much like an inch thick. Like I could kick it with my boot and it kind of all slid off.
So I mean that's from being out in the beet field, so at the piler station. So that it's just really muddy and nasty, and that's what you get all over you when you're working. So that's just part of it. But I was able to take that off the next day, Monday when he went to work. I took it to the Valvoline and they changed the oil with no problem. But before we went there, I changed out the cabin filter and the air filter. So when we went there, they would be able to be like, it was already changed out. So when he popped it open, it was brand new. And I'm like, I just changed that. So was able to get that at O'Reilly's, no big deal. I don't have a preference. I actually stopped at AutoZone and they were closed. Due to their computers or something there where he was at. So I went down the street, O'Reilly's, got a air filter, took it into Valvoline, got a full synthetic. So for about $150, the van is kind of good to go again. He didn't recommend us doing anything at this time, just because,
really
you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
And there was nothing wrong with the van. I do want to say that.
Right, like, absolutely.
It just hit 100,000 miles. So we thought at 100,000 miles, you know, it always seems like car dealerships, they make a big deal. At 100,000 miles, you should bring it in and have it checked out. So that's what we did. At 100,000 miles, we called the mechanic we knew and we were like, hey, can you just, you know, look over our van and tell us anything we need to do?
Absolutely.
And so far we have kept up on the maintenance, so like, let's hope
we're good, you know, like, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, anything can happen. I'm not saying it, you know, it's a mechanical, you know, it's a machine. Anything can happen, but he felt good about everything. He was able to listen to it and drive it. So
he thinks we can get another 100,000 miles out of that van.
So
which is like, wow, that amazes me.
That's
awesome.
That works for us. So after spending a couple of days there hanging out with them, we spent the weekend with them because obviously they were off work. And then on Monday, I went and got the oil change, came back, put the skid plate back on. We had dinner, and Tuesday morning we got up and took showers, and then we headed over to her aunt's. This is kind of why, guys, we haven't been making videos, is because we've been doing a lot in these last 2 weeks. And we headed over to her aunt's and hung out for a couple of nights and just kind of relaxed and everything.
So we've been back on the road and going and doing. We just kind of need to get back into
the editing part of it all. That's my part. Absolutely. That's me staying up.
We have
till 2, 3, 4 in the morning doing that kind of stuff. And I'll be honest, I've been slacking.
2 SD cards that are
completely full
of footage, so we have to go through everything and of course make them into beautiful
videos for all you guys, you know.
And then it was funny because Mike was kind of talking. He was like, well, should I just go get another SD card and start from where we're at?
These are
and then
500.
I was laughing because I was like, well, then you just have 3 SD cards.
These are 512K extreme. They cost like $150 a piece. And I really don't want to spend, even I saw them online, I think you can get one for $99 right now because it's Black Friday or whatever.
But you also have to remember,
and it's
from the editing side, on average it seems like for about an hour of what we film, we will cut out 50 minutes of that.
Exactly.
Mind you, you're watching a 10-minute video. So
10 minutes is basically, for me, that could be 7 hours or 8 hours of footage. So you know, and I've almost said it takes an hour for every minute of editing. So that's a good general rule that I've noticed from a lot of people.
It was really nice to see Mike and have him check out the van. Then, like Mike said, we went over to my Aunt Christine's house. That was really nice. My friend Patrick drove out to see us. That was awesome. We didn't expect I had to drive out to see us, so that was nice to get to see him.
One of our Patreons, Maritime German.
Thank you so much.
Germans. Yeah, $6 Canadian. He's one of our
That's
Patreons.
awesome.
Appreciate you. I see you like and thumbs up all of our stuff on Facebook,
Yeah.
like a lot of you do, and it amazes me. We
One
put up
of
a simple
these
post.
days,
And
we're gonna have to make it to Canada.
as soon as the border opens,
with
guys,
you,
it's the
and
summer.
we have Craig
Yeah.
there, and I think I'm not sure if we have a couple others, but we and
It's
the world for us.
exactly. I mean, basically, that's it. I would definitely like to go the first time in the summer. Maybe make our way from this part over here, Toronto area, over on the East Coast, and make our way up into Alaska on a summertime trip.
Yeah.
It's French Canadian, challenging for you guys to say my name. Yeah, it is. But I butcher a lot of names.
We'll have to learn it.
Yep, we'll have to learn it.
We'll have to go to Canada and learn French Canadian.
There you go.
That's probably not.
That's not gonna happen. You
what
know?
they call it, probably like just French or something.
But basically, they have their own dialect of French.
I would love to learn a new language. That'd be awesome.
Uh,
So now that kind of brings us.
We got up after hanging out a couple of days. We'll kind of just ride you through. Monday, Tuesday, we got up. We jetted another hour just south of Chicago in like the Kankakee area and hung out at her aunt's house for 2 days and just kind of relaxed and I should have been working on videos, but I just kind of relaxed for a minute. And then on Thursday afternoon, evening, we jetted out for Nashville and showed up here on Friday. We showed up to Nashville, Tennessee. We have a secret little, it's not a secret spot, it's on the channel. You'll see it on the channel once I make the video. But it's a secret spot for now, I guess, for the moment. And we stayed in the van over here, basically where we could walk into the city and relax.
This is
the
Columbia River.
But yes.
And it's right here at the Nissan Stadium. Like when you come into Nashville, there's actually a bridge that you have to go drive over, or a pedestrian bridge you can walk over. So when you're coming in and you're driving by the Nissan Stadium, you're actually gonna pull in like you're coming into the Nissan Stadium. And then it kind of like, there's a road that curves off and it takes you to the water. You could go down there and park, and it's all free parking, and it's like this huge parking lot for concerts and things. So that's a lot of free parking.
As long as there's not an event.
As long as there's not an event at the Nissan Center,
Right.
like a concert or a football game or something going on. So there's a lot of free parking downtown Nashville. A lot of people don't know about, because all it is you got to take a walk over the pedestrian bridge. And the thing about this pedestrian bridge, I kind of like Googled like, the best picturesque spots in Nashville, because we want to bring the best shots to you guys,
right?
So, and it said that pedestrian bridge, so it's pretty cool that you could actually come to Nashville, park free right here on the water, and then you have the best spot in all of Nashville right here on the bridge. And what Mike and I were actually talking about is we're from Florida, so along the beach, along the coastline, you have a lot of restaurants and things. Like there's so many restaurants that are actually like out on a dock on the water.
Right.
So that's pretty cool. And I was like, I wonder how come they didn't like do that here. And Mike was saying, well, here they kind of want to keep it more public so everybody could use the land. And I thought that is pretty nice, because once a restaurant's there, then it's kind of private property and things like that. So it is nice, because at one night we
kayaks or canoes right there.
Absolutely. But we kind of got here and we were a little jet lagged, and I was like, okay, well, we don't really want to do the whole Nashville scene. So we kind of just went to the gas station here, got us a 6-pack, sat there and seen the skyline in Nashville. You could hear the music from Broadway and just drank beers, and then a couple gave us these spicy peanuts from this packaging company they were working at, so we ate some of
For the
those.
bee
So
harvest, right?
that was pretty awesome.
It was a nice night for us.
Yeah,
you
that
know,
was a free. I mean,
not free, but
because you got
but cheap night, I guess you could say.
I mean, but you can bring your own music and make it a free night for you.
Right, but so we kind of took off, and we parked there until last night, and we kind of needed a shower. We took a shower at Christine's, and it had been Fridays, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and Tuesday. We're like, we need a shower.
Bad things about van life is you kind of like get used to the norm of taking a shower every 3 to 4 days. So like
when it gets to 5 days, the two of us are like,
Yeah.
we need a shower, you know.
So when we got here and we were like, there isn't any time fitness here. But then it was like Mike made the mention, well, it's Thanksgiving, so we should get a room. And it was funny to me because it was like I had no clue Thanksgiving was this week. And it's just kind of nice.
The nomad traveler in you just kind of, you forget about what day it is and what part of the month it is, as long
but
as...
even van life, you definitely want to participate in holidays like Thanksgiving because it's tradition.
It is.
It is, and it's something special to be a part of tradition.
Absolutely.
So even though like this year, a lot of you I know are missing the big family dinners, and we really enjoy going out to the desert and having the big family dinners with a bunch of
the
a
last
bunch of
couple of
other
years, that's
YouTubers
what
that you guys may have watched and seen out there.
which are friends, you know,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
hanging out with them and going to dinner with our nomad family,
Right.
basically.
Yeah.
And we've done that for the last couple of
Absolutely.
years, and
But it is kind of
different
nice
for us to be by ourselves. this
Yeah,
year.
it is. It
You
is
know?
different, but it was kind of nice. We went to Bob Evans, and there was no wait, and we did the traditional thing. Had the turkey and stuffing and the mashed potatoes, and so it's just nice to do
Everything's
the traditional
different,
things
right?
and
You gotta
stand
do
up.
different stuff all the time.
And
so.
then here's a tidbit that I do want to say for van lifers out there, anybody who's thinking about decorating their RV and they're like deciding whether or not they should do it. Here's the thing with decorating a camper van or RV. It's like you already live in a small space. Now, do you want to put stuff in there that is just for looks? Because as living in a small space, you try not to get anything that is just for looks. So like what I kind of found is a little loophole is like Mike and I will actually spend money on window stickers because like you got windows in the van. Well, it's our money, so we spend it together. So like we spend like money on like window stickers, and like I'll put them on the mirror or Sheldon's tank so we can actually see them in the van and enjoy them because our windows are tinted, mind you, so they can't really see outside. But like that is I want to say that's a tidbit for any RVers who are thinking, well, do I want to decorate for the holidays or not? You could just go buy window stickers and put them on your mirrors or whatever throughout the RV.
It works, and
then
toss them away at the end.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's $1 or $2.
That's what it is. It's $1 or $2, and you can just toss them away. Because before I used to like, oh, I'll spend $10 on Christmas decorations, and then you just throw it away. And then it's like, you know, then you kind of become more of a minimalist as you live in the van, and you're like, well, I just don't want to buy stuff that I'm just going to end up throwing away. That's just so wasteful. So I lowered the amount of money so it doesn't seem as wasteful. So I just buy the dollar gel stickers. But I'm not trying to keep those in the van because it's hard to keep anything nice and crisp. So they'll just crumple, or the paint will come off, or something like that. So like window stickers, yeah. But
one person asked, why are we in the room? And I guess you kind of explained that. We were like, hey, we could go take at the gym, or why not shower at the gym, or why not just treat ourselves right here? And so we got a room for $56 for the night.
Right.
They got a heated pool, which will probably take you guys down to. So that kind of catches you up to where we're at now.
And, you know, it's kind of funny because we are headed down to warmer weather.
We are
but
headed to
because
warmer
it's
weather.
getting cold outside. It is nice to stay in the hotel room,
It
but
is.
mainly we're in the hotel room because it's Thanksgiving.
Because it's Thanksgiving.
And we just kind of wanted to spoil ourselves and go out to eat and be able to stretch out and sleep in a nice big bed. So
Absolutely.
mainly because it's Thanksgiving and we wanted to spoil ourselves.
I guess I want to say hi to a few people on here. We'll just start from the bottom here.
Yeah, I seen Doreen made it. She had to go out and get something, so I'm definitely gonna say hi. She's gonna come back
RB
and watch
Ashes in
this.
April,
It's
Margie
nice to
and
see
Jeff.
you guys. We
Miss you guys. I see
this
you guys are
holiday
still in
season.
California. Dino and Jan, how's it going? You guys just came on. And John Walker, nice to see you. You're always commenting. Oh look, Camo Dave's on here. How's
Happy
it going, Dave?
Thanksgiving. We love all you guys. Thank you so
Thanks
much
for
being
the
a part
congrats on the 10K to
of
Camo
live
Dave.
stream. Yeah, absolutely.
Maritime Gemini. Gemini? I'm gonna mess that up all the time.
Are you
oh
sure
wow.
it's maritime?
I think so. We'll have to just ask. We'll have to ask them eventually. Who knows? We'll have to do that. Steven Bates, thank you so much. $50 super chat. This is to help with the room. Thank you so much. You're always so grateful every time we come on to
that's
super
pretty
chat.
much paying for the room.
Pretty
Thank
much
you so
you
much
just did,
because
yeah.
This room we actually got a great deal on because one, it's off season here in Nashville. Two, it's COVID in Nashville, so all
everything
the
is
crowds,
closing down at last call is 10 o'clock. 10:30, and that changes on Monday. So basically, everything is shut down here at 11 o'clock.
Right.
So the couple nights we did go out and everything, just till we get back on here, we weren't really able to do much. So the town is kind of slow. So we got this room for $56 for the night, and that was with tax and everything.
Right.
You can't beat that.
Yeah, we actually went to the Luke Bryan's bar, and usually this bar has the line down
Out
the
the
street,
street,
right? Well, we did have to wait for a table to get up, but because of social distancing, I'm gonna say that there was no dancing,
Right.
and I felt like I was instantly in the movie of Footloose. And I wanted to rebel against that. Like, how is this possible?
Right. Hey, Michelle, 360 Gal, nice to see you on
girl.
here. See, you've been making
Long
some
time
live
no see.
streams. I've been watching your
Yeah,
lives.
congratulations.
Yep, I love your ambulance. So
Yes,
you
nice
getting
big
it together.
space.
Wandering Wild Woman, how's it going?
A question for 360 Gal. Is the ambulance as big as you think it is? Like, because
Right.
you know, you're thinking like you came from the bus, right? So she had a nice big bus, and then she went down to the ambulance, but she's pretty tall, so can you stand up in it?
What's
Is
your,
it as-
well, you know, I guess that's your, what, maybe she
Question,
can make
maybe
a,
like, what's
maybe
the
she'll make a
height?
YouTube video about that. How about that? Maybe
Yeah.
that she'll answer that in your question, since
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people are asking, thinking the same
Yeah.
thing as you.
Because
You know.
people think, like, how do you live, like, for us, how do we live in such a small space? And to live in such a small space, you could absolutely do it, but the secret is organization. Everything has to have a spot. Because if you live in a small space and you leave, like, 3 things out, it is an entire mess.
RV Ashes in April and 360 Gal Michelle, I just made you guys moderators. So if you want to drop your YouTube channel there, maybe pick up a couple subscribers. Maybe somebody haven't watched your videos.
360 Gal, she is an RV. RV Ashes in April, they
And a
are
bigger-
in a mini winning.
A mini winning. So if you haven't checked out either one of their channels,
Yeah.
I
really like
recommend.
their
I like
videos.
both
They're
of their
comfortable.
channels. We watch both of them. So she says it's about half the size of the bus, but it will have a roof raise. Okay, so once you raise the roof, it might be all right.
Raise
That
the
makes
roof,
sense.
girl, you
Raise
raise
the
it all
roof.
the time.
So let's see, Steven, how's it going? Thank you so much again for the super chat. Lee and Cindy Plume,
Yeah,
the two of our
hey
Patreons. Let's go ahead and
guys, I'm so glad you were
make
able
you
to
guys
make
moderators
it on. I know
too.
the last couple of times they weren't able to make it on here. I kind of felt like that was our fault, like we didn't give a big enough of a warning or a heads up because as you guys have noticed, I'm sure we're kind of getting on some of your nerves that we've been doing these live streams spontaneously.
And not making our videos on a regular
like
basis.
I said, we kind of got to get more on a schedule because like we just spontaneously creating live streams. But we definitely want to put out content for you guys and tell you where we're doing.
But we're gaining a lot of subscribers with the last 3 live streams. The third one back's like 9,000. The one before that is like 13,000. This last one just hit over 11,000, and we've gained over 1,300 subscribers in the last month.
Yeah.
So
the numbers are awesome, guys.
The numbers
so
are starting to go up, and
take a round of applause because that is a team effort. That is not just us.
We're not doing anything any different.
Yeah.
We're getting a different part of YouTube, I guess.
It would be no fun to have a YouTube channel that nobody watched. So you guys are just as important as us.
Absolutely.
We appreciate each and every one.
And I don't want to say this, but I think a lot of people, according to my analytics, and I'm just saying this because of the analytics on YouTube that I can see, we have maybe half the people that watch us don't subscribe to us. And I feel since we haven't been posting as regular as we used to, like, because we were making 20 to 25 videos a month for the last couple of years. I mean, and I think now that every time you go to your feed, we're not just there on your suggested, because we make so many, that now you're like, hey, you keep checking the channel and we haven't made a new video, and I think you're hitting the subscribe button. Now, I could be wrong, and I know we're hitting a different part of YouTube with by doing the live streams too, but I don't know what we're doing any different, but I'm gonna keep doing the same things that we were doing, and tomorrow morning we're leaving out of Nashville after having a whole week here in Nashville. 5 days staying in the van where we were walking back and forth over the river, and then 2 nights here in the hotel, and then we'll have our laundry done, showered, ready to roll tomorrow when we get ready to leave out of here. And we are heading west.
We're wearing our masks because there is a mask mandatory in Nashville. Like as soon as we leave our hotel room, and you're supposed to have the mask on, even like going down to the front desk and stuff. So like if anybody was wondering for social distancing about here in Nashville, there's no dancing, and they are enforcing mask. And actually we were sitting on top of a rooftop, or I can't remember which one, but I was looking down at the people, and there was this officer, and he was going around and he was telling people, seemed like he was politely telling people to just put their mask on. He was making his way down the street. Well, there was this couple, he told them to put their mask on, and they got so mad and left. So it is kind of unfortunate that it might be ruining some vacations, but there's Sheldon.
Some people are wondering where Sheldon is.
I'll move the camera. It's worth moving the camera.
Right there. I'll get the power pack. But yeah, he's just been sleeping. Say hi to Sheldon. Say happy Thanksgiving.
He's so full from turkey.
He didn't get any turkey.
No, he will not eat turkey. Sheldon's pretty good about that. He doesn't eat anything but his turtle food.
Michelle asked, Steph, camping. Do you all still like it, or would you go bigger rig and lose the ability to stealth camp?
Well,
that's hard.
Well, I definitely think like stealth camping is kind of out of the window for us. Like that's not so much of a concern. Like that's not something like Mike and I have talked about. But I don't think it's so much of a concern for us because we've kind of talked about like we definitely want to go to a bigger rig. Well, when we say bigger, we're not talking RV size. Now, the biggest we're talking is a truck and a truck camper. That is the biggest we're talking. And so,
You
like,
still want to be able to fit into a normal parking space.
that's the idea. We want to fit into a normal parking space.
That's like everywhere I go. That's my
So I think when you go into like even Nashville, and I think if you see a truck and a truck camper parked on the street, I don't think it's necessarily a problem. Now, if you have a Class A and a pool behind, they might say something to you or something like that. But I almost think that it's becomes such a normal thing to see because RVing and van life has become such a big thing, such a hot commodity, such a necessary thing in a lot of places that it's almost becoming a normal sight. So I don't, like, we're not really concerned about the stealth camping so much to say because I think it's becoming more and more so of the norm.
I almost think that I'm not stealth anymore, but at the same time, I feel like I'm hiding in plain sight. Does that make sense? Like, I have a placard on there that says Van Life, Sheldon's Travels.
Now we see people in like Class B RVs, the smaller RVs, boondocking and shopping malls all the time, and we're just like, we don't know if we would be brave enough to do that.
Right.
But in a truck camper, like that is the biggest we're talking. I don't think we would have problems. Like generally, if we're, national parks and things like that, that's easy, obviously. But if you're going to, we like to do city boondocking, urban camping too. I don't think we would have a problem with a vehicle that we could park on the street like that. And not something that's too wide.
Right.
We're not looking for any pop-outs or anything like that.
Even the ambulance, I think, would be too big. 4x4, absolutely. That's my.
Yeah.
I have three things that my van doesn't have that I want.
Like the next vehicle.
The next vehicle to have. Like, I am very, very content with the van as it sits. Mm-hmm. But there are three things, and they in really no order. One is ground clearance. So 4x4, I would love to have 4x4, but ground clearance. Like, I can't go anywhere without hitting the skid plate, hitting all the time. Like, I'm hearing that skid plate all the time, and that's my number one. My number two is I want to be able to stand up. I'm tired of not being able to stand up, and even if I could just barely stand up, I would be happy. The third one is, and it kind of goes with the standing up thing, I would like to be able to take a shower inside, even though we have the outdoor shower with the instant on hot water heater, and you can put the back tent up and take a shower out there. I would like, if we were work camping, to be able to come home from work at 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:30 in the morning after you worked a 13-hour shift, and be able to hop in a shower and just take a rinse off. I'm not talking about being able to stand underneath there all day or anything, but just to have a little shower, to take a little rinse off at night after hiking or work camping or this or that, would make a huge difference for the both of us. We're kind of over not being able to take a shower, but once every 4 days and 5 days, and then, let's splurge on a room. Well, you could have used that room money for something else if we would have had a shower in the rig. So those three things are what I'm looking for in the next rig, is height, clearance, and some type of shower.
Stephen asked, do you want to do like Destination Open Road? Destination Open Road definitely opened our eyes to the truck and camper idea because one, it's clearance. Two, the truck, you could take the truck into town if you wanted and drop the camper. So
hold your spot, so that's a good thing.
You're not towing behind, so you can drop it and you're not towing it. So there's bonuses there. And then it seems like with the truck and their cab, they have a back seat, like an extended cab, so they have extra storage.
You could put a bike back there. You could put all kinds of stuff.
We jumped in the back of their truck one time for dinner, I think it was, and so funny when we get in somebody's truck now. We're looking around. We're like, we can live in
We
here.
can live in this big F-250, or they have a Dodge, I think a 3/4 tonner, and it's like that's all you really need in my eyes. I could stand up in it. I could take a shower in it. Like I said, I don't have to have a lot of water storage, but of course, water storage and solar and all of that would go into play, but those vans are getting expensive and trucks are
Like we
getting
said,
more
it
expensive
is a
and
hot commodity.
everything,
So
yeah.
it's like with everything in life, it's a give and take. It's nice that it's a hot commodity because I don't think stealth is such a concern. I don't think it's something we
people are
gotta
pretty
worry
accepting
about
about
it.
it now. I have more
Yeah.
people when they see us come out of the van. In the beginning, I think a lot of people were like, whoa, what's going on here? But now I feel like when I pop out of the van, I got the light on and they take one look inside of that van, they're like, oh wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
And you hear people say that, oh, that's nice. And it's just like,
And it is
oh,
nice
okay,
to have like
they
your
don't
own
judge you
place
like
and
that,
not like we chose to be able to spend money here in a hotel in
We
Nashville.
don't have
we don't
to.
have to. We spent 4 days in Nashville perfectly
5
fine.
nights in the van.
In the camper van, and absolutely. And that is another kind of downfall about this being such a hot commodity is like any vehicle that you're looking at, whether it be a used RV or a
Price went
van,
up.
yeah, everything went up. Like when we started 5 years ago, you could get a nice RV for 10 grand. You could get almost like a built out camper van for 2 grand.
I mean, yeah,
like silly talk. Now
like
that's
30 grand
now that's
is
like 10 grand.
$30,000 for a van decked out. That was like
Yeah.
normal.
Like
Now,
our
now
van,
it's like 100,000.
We
It's
bought
like, what?
our van for 16.5, and now that's like unheard of. Now it's 35. That's
Well,
like
for
the
the
minimum.
small ones, they want like 23 to 25,
Okay.
and
So-
so yeah. But the big ones, they were 30,000 when we started, and now they're wanting almost 40,000 for them.
Absolutely. So
So,
it is definitely
everything is
getting
going up,
more
and
expensive. So, like I said, it's a good thing and a bad thing because now I don't think we have. For all of us, I don't think we have to worry about stealth camping, and then it is kind of a downfall because. And now we're kind of like saving up money for a bigger rig, and those bigger rigs cost more money.
like
now.
Jan said, one of our friends, and Jan, she goes, which comes first, the slide-in camper or the truck? And it's almost like an all at once kind of thing. It would be more or less, I would sell the van, and right after I would sell the van for a truck, and then that day or the next day I would drive and get a camper. You know what I mean? And then we have talked about just would you pull everything out of the van to build out a new van, or would you just sell the van the way it is? But
because it would be
I really
funny
love our little
to
van.
take out the appliances of our van and then sell it like a house. Like, here's where your camp chef oven would go. You have to get one of them to make this area work. And here's where your water heater would go. You have to get one of them to make your sink work.
Yeah, I mean,
And we got surveillance here, but you gotta get solar and batteries
to make all
that
that work. So,
but you got the connection.
So it's one thing. I'm sure a dealership could care less about my refrigerators and freezers and my sink and all of that. They just want the van. But a person might want the whole thing as it is, and then I would just build a new one.
Because we've heard a lot, and I totally understand this. A lot of people are like, oh, I will not mess with electrical, and like you could start fires and you can burn your finger or
things
something.
have happened,
So
like-
yeah, I understand that. And then there are some people who are like, I will not mess with plumbing. I don't want to have crap on me, so I understand.
But I'll
that
do
too.
all of that stuff.
Yeah,
So
life goes on. You can take a shower. You can move on.
I'd be happy if we could take a shower. So, wow, 71 people on here. Like, I want to say, like, welcome to all our new subscribers. I
Yes.
know a lot of you are new because we've gained 1,200, 1,300 subscribers over the last month.
Yeah.
And I just want to
It's
say
amazing.
hello and thank you to everyone for joining our journey. And, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. There's lots
Absolutely.
more fun adventures to come. But we appreciate each and every one of you. We would not get to 10,000 if it wasn't for all of you. So thank you so much.
And I really like the fact of just buying a camper and sliding it in there. But there really is something about building your own rig and like
When you build your own rig, you're
personalized.
kind of like,
It's like
I
buying a
wish-
person. Right.
Yeah,
I
like
wish that it was this away, or
Yeah.
I wish it was
being
that
here
away.
in the room, we kind of watched cable TV. One of the perks of getting a room, right? So now there's a show on TV. It's called Forever Home. I forget the two brothers' names, but they're making people's forever home, like taking somebody's house that they buy, and like
Fixing
what are
all the
the
things
what
you
are the
don't
flaws
like,
about
right.
it to make it your forever home. And it was a lot of things you don't think about initially. Like they were redoing somebody's kitchen, and they were like, the lights hang too low, and when I open the refrigerator door, it
It's
connects to the
this,
counter,
and
so you can't walk through when the
all these
refrigerator
little
doors.
things
And when you build your own space, you think about those things.
Right.
Like, I'm going to put my refrigerator here. It's not somebody who's just building this house to make it cookie cutter. When you're building your own space, you're thinking about all the stuff you have, all the stuff you want to have, and where you're going to put it necessarily. So it's kind of nice when you build your own space because you have a space that works for you because you built it.
and you modified it. So that's my only downfall of buying a truck and buying a camper, sliding it in there, and calling it good. There is a little something to building your own rig, and when people
Yeah.
see it and when you live in it, it's like building a personalized, one of these, when you build a house, do you build a cookie cutter house or do you build a custom home? And when you build out your own, you kind of are building out a custom place if you have the
Absolutely.
skill to do it, of course.
Yeah.
And after building so many of these
And
now,
I
I
think
feel
what-
like I do have the skill
And
to
I
do
think
it.
that's almost like what is so attractive about van life, I guess you could say, as it's like all these essential tools that you don't have right out the jump, right? It's electrical, it's plumbing, it's learning about solar, it's mechanical, all these things that you don't have right out the jump. And I think that's what's so exciting about van life is you gotta learn all these things, and then it's like, you're almost learning in yourself, and like almost like what faith of level do you have in yourself? Because some people are like, oh well, I want to do that because I don't think I could do that. But some people are like, I don't know if I could do that. I'm gonna try to build it out and see how it works.
Right.
So van life pushes you to your limits and it makes you learn new things.
It does.
And so I think that's what the attractiveness about van life is a lot of people get tired of that 9 to 5. You feel like every day is Groundhog Day. You feel like every day you're waking up and doing the same thing, and maybe you feel like you can't get ahead, or maybe you feel like you can't go on that vacation because your boss is gonna, take it out on you or whatever. So it's just nice that the van life, you're able to save money, not on rent, and then it kind of entices you for a couple of years, like 2 years, on how you want to build out your van and all these new things. Are you going to put solar in it? Do you want a fridge? Do you want a freezer? Are you going to put a shower in it? And things like that. So I think that is what is so attractive about travel and van life is it forces you out of your comfort zone, and
Pretty
it
much.
forces you to learn new things. And I think that's I think that's what creates that attractiveness of van life. I know people are like, what's so attractive about van life? Van life isn't a glorious thing. What attractive about it is it is hard. It pushes you to your limits, and it's exciting
Right.
because it's not like somebody's, like at work, somebody you might be like, oh, well, why didn't you ask me? Well, I didn't think you could do it. Well, you don't have nobody saying, I don't think you could do it. You're just doing it.
You're doing it, right. Well, I think we've been on for about 40 8 minutes now.
Yeah,
So,
awesome. So why don't we show you guys this fabulous pool.
Since there's 62 people and everybody's held on for a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's by the pool. There wasn't anyone there when we came in. But let's grab the camera here and take you guys on out.
Yeah, definitely, because the pool is.
Let's see what we got for.
And we kind of seen this, you know, looking for the best shots on Google. I was telling you I was looking for the best shots.
Right.
This pool came up on the best shots in Nashville.
And check out our cool room. We got a view of the city, but
yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Nice
the
little
Nissan,
fridge, and
that's the Nissan Stadium. You can stay at
I'll pull this around.
hotel, and it has the guitar pool, or you can stay on the other side of the Nissan Stadium and boondock.
You can't see anything over there. The window's kind of bad, but nice little room. Very modern. We did bring in our refrigerator and freezer.
Yes,
so
because it's kind of cloudy here in Nashville, so we're not doing so hot on the solar right now. So these are our major power suckers.
Right.
So we just brought them in, plugged them into the wall, so they're good to go, and then the fan is good to go because it kind of rests up. Funny thing is, we're actually just gonna leave
Sheldon right here. He's been such a good turtle. He just kind of hangs out on the bed in the van, and he knows not to leave the bed here. So
we're trusting you.
We're trusting you, kiddo. Look at him. He's like, I'm gonna go underneath here. I'm staying right here, guys. He going to sleep. Look at him. He's burying his head. He was out here looking around. Now he's like, I'm going. We are actually using my Note 10, Samsung Note 10 Plus to...
It has an amazing camera on it, but like Mike said, we have been slacking so much on the filming that the camera is dead.
Yeah, like we have two 512 video cards, and they're both full. So
yes, I'm glad somebody made that comment, because after this live stream, I'm going to go to the van and get the camera and bring it up and charge it.
Charge it, thank you, because if not, they did come out with a new. I got one of the keys. I got the room key. But yeah, here's another little scan of the room. And we already went to the pool. Nice shower.
How this room is kind of like a college dorm.
Kind of like a college dorm feel, absolutely.
It's got like the sliding door on the bathroom. It's got like this multi-purpose cabinet that flows through there, wall, right? So that's pretty interesting.
All right. Works. Hopefully no one is still there.
Like I didn't tell you we...
Oh, look at this. Looks like we got it all to ourselves.
Look at that.
Well, look at that.
The famous guitar-shaped pool in Nashville.
It's indoor and heated, so
it's lukewarm. It's not
right.
It's not a hot tub, but it is pretty nice in there.
And we did make a video of us swimming around, so you'll get to see that. But let's head on down there, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can flip it around.
One thing we didn't tell you, like we'll have to show you later in the light. Mike and we stopped at.
I don't know if they can hear you, love bug. Sorry to spin you around. Okay. You didn't notice Steph got her some Carhartts.
Yeah, that's what I was actually.
That's what you were getting ready to tell everybody? Yeah.
When we went through Indiana, there was actually a Cabela's there, and we we stopped at Cabela's and I got a pair of Carhartt pants, and they fit so nice that Mike actually went on Amazon and got me another pair of Carhartt pants, and these ones are actually lined.
Yep.
And I do like the lined ones because I feel like the fleece, they're a little bit thicker, so I feel like that's too much.
That's what I have, is the fleece.
And then now with the Carhartts that I got from Cabela's, I could tell the difference without the fleece, and the wind still kind of blows through the other ones, but these ones, the wind don't blow through it at all, so these are really nice.
Yeah, very, very nice. And you got you a nice new Carhartt jacket, so nice with the fur on the inside of it and everything.
Well, can't wait to show you guys
Yeah,
that.
we'll show you that. But we wanted you guys to just see the pool, and so I thought it was nice.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun just floating in this pool.
Yeah. Like most things, if I enjoy it, I figure you guys might enjoy it too. Pretty cool perspective right here too.
This is kind of like the warmest part because there's a heater here and a heater there, so it only has to heat this little neck, and that's like the warmest part right there.
Right. With the next video you see, we will definitely be in the van doing our thing. So, oh look, they're filling the pool. It's gonna overflow. Right. But it's a pretty nice pool, I must say. Can't complain at all about that.
Yeah.
Chair this to air. There you go.
There you guys go. Sit by the pool with us.
Yeah. So we got it up on the phone. We still have like 70 people on here. Yeah, it is a really nice pool. We've enjoyed just being able to go swimming and relaxing in the pool and everything. So
yeah, like I said, we've had a great time at this hotel. We got a deal on it, so that we were really excited about that. We definitely wanted to check it out because of the
we wanted to see
pool.
the guitar pool, and we thought that was kind of worth
iconic,
it. So
and it was pretty cool to be able to come and swim in it, especially in November. Like when we were getting dressed up in the hotel room, I was telling Mike, like, you know, it's the middle of November and we're putting on our swimsuits to go swimming in the pool. So it was pretty neat to be here. We really enjoyed it. It was nice to be here for the holiday. Like I said, even van life, you have to splurge
you gotta
on
spoil
the
and
traditions.
splurge, yeah, during the holidays or whatever.
Because
we
that's
like
what
to
makes
do that, yeah.
Yeah, that's what makes the holiday special.
If you're not living the van, if you're living the
extras.
van life, you should be kind of not spending a whole lot of money, you know.
Right.
And it
But
should
the
be
van
cheaper.
life is, you should be able to do more things that you enjoy.
That's it.
So like
Instead
for
of
the
spending
holidays,
money on rent,
yeah,
you're spending money doing things you want.
absolutely.
And going
you
on a little
definitely,
right.
I mean, if there's anybody watching this channel thinking about getting into van life, the absolute number one thing is so obvious about van life is you have so many more life experiences. You know, like I was telling somebody, like if you work for a company 30 years for that company and it's a good company and they're good to you, you might have like 10 vacations. That's 10 great life experiences you had. Where we feel like we had 10 great life experiences in like the last 6 months.
Yeah, or the last 2 months or
right,
whatever.
exactly. Like the van life opens the door to so many things. Like you're going outside, you're hiking, you're meeting more like-minded people. It's just, it is a totally different world to be in van life and talk to more travelers and things like that, because like even the Boondockers,
The Boondocking Bash?
no, what is it? Not the Harvest Host, the Boondockers Welcome.
No, the Boondockers Welcome, yeah.
Like the nicest thing about those is those are travelers helping travelers, so they know all the amenities you need. They know you need a shower and laundry and a free place to park or a cheap place to park, you know, and they'll tell you where all the best views are and things like that. So we've created this community that helps each other, and that's another great thing about van life.
Absolutely. So this video is like at almost an hour, guys. There's still 63 people on here, but I think we're gonna get off of here, probably change into our bathing suits and hop back in this pool,
we definitely
guys.
try to keep the live streams about an hour.
Yeah.
We kind of feel like an hour is like a movie. If somebody wants to play it back, or if they miss the live stream, they might actually watch the hour. But like, you know,
we'll do a quick little recap before we get off of here for anybody that missed the beginning.
Absolutely. But we'll check out some live streams, and we're like, whoa, 8 hours.
8 hours. That's right. So, but we would just want to, first and foremost, say hello and thank you to all our new subscribers and all of our older subscribers.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
obviously, we have gotten a lot of new subscribers in the last month, and I want to say hello, welcome, and thank you guys for pushing us well over the 10,000 subscriber mark, and we're looking for the 11,000 here.
Yeah, there's more adventures to come. We're definitely, like we said, we're trying to bring you the best footage, always topping, because we do like to go back to a place, and then when we go back to places, that challenges us to find something new there. So it is.
So we did the 2 harvests. You saw that. We left out of there. We went to the van, got a clean bill of health. We did an oil change and an air filter and a cabin filter, and everything seems perfect. We left out of there, went and seen your aunt, and now we're in Nashville, Tennessee for the last week.
Yeah, and we had an amazing Thanksgiving.
time.
It was wonderful to spend it with each and every one of you.
Yep.
Thank you so much
for coming on, you know, and hanging out for an hour with us on your Thanksgiving, and we kind of feel like you're part of our family.
Absolutely.
And we missed our nomad family that we normally have spent the last couple Christmases, the last couple Thanksgivings with, for sure. And so this is our way of just saying hi to all of our nomad friends and family, and all of our subscribers that are basically our family now too. So
because like we said, we know it's kind of challenging these days. You can't see a lot of the family. Everybody wants the social distancing to be safe. So it is nice that we can go live and see each other and FaceTime and call each other.
And be together, right.
And you can make that connection. Absolutely.
And we had a great Thanksgiving, and I hope you had a great Thanksgiving with your family and your friends and whoever came. And we will see you guys in the next video. I'm sure it's going to be, I'm not sure if it's going to be the beet harvest or it's going to be Nashville, but when I start editing, I'll get it all together, guys. Till then, thank you guys for everything. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for all of our Patreon support. Without you guys,
get back
on schedule, I promise.
A filming schedule, so promise. Regular posting schedule. We're gonna get back on that. We're kicking ourselves in the butt.
Yep. So we're gonna do that. Thanks, guys, for watching. We appreciate each and every one of you. Please like,
comment,
and subscribe.
Check us out on Patreon and Instagram.
Hit the bell for more notifications.
And we'll
see you in the next one. Have a good night, guys.
Love you guys.
Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.